What's the one room in a house that can make you forget everything else you've already seen? Most people would probably say the living room. Some would choose the kitchen. But after walking through these 10 Barndominiums, I don't think either of them wins. Because hidden behind one ordinary door is a bathroom that feels more like a private luxury spa than something you'd expect to find inside a rural steel home. Just a few steps away, another home hides a kitchen so perfectly designed that almost every appliance disappears into the cabinetry, leaving behind nothing but warm wood, natural stone, and complete silence. And that's only the beginning. Today, we're opening the doors to 10 Barndominium kitchens and bathrooms that completely change the way we think about luxury living. Just wait until you see what's hiding inside the final home, because it's the last place anyone would expect to find it. Let's step inside. Before we open the first door, welcome to Barndo Dreams, the channel where every episode takes you inside Barndominiums that look ordinary from the outside, but reveals something unforgettable once you step in. If that's your kind of home tour, hit subscribe, tap the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next hidden masterpiece. Now, let's begin the tour. Here's something interesting. From the outside, every home we're about to visit looks surprisingly familiar. Dark steel siding, warm timber accents, wide front porches, simple roof lines. Nothing about them suggests what's waiting inside. That's exactly what makes this tour different, because today's story isn't about the shell. It's about what happens after the front door closes behind you. Across these 10 homes, you'll discover kitchens that feel like private restaurants, hidden coffee bars tucked behind seamless cabinetry, oversized islands carved from single slabs of natural stone, spa-inspired bathrooms with freestanding soaking tubs, rainfall showers, floating vanities, heated floors, and lighting carefully designed to transform ordinary routines into moments you'll actually look forward to. What makes these interiors even more fascinating is that they reflect some of the biggest luxury design trends shaping homes in 2026. Designers are embracing rich natural woods, sculptural stone, softly curved forms, concealed storage, wellness-inspired bathrooms, and smart technology that quietly disappears into the background instead of demanding attention. And after touring every one of these homes, one thing becomes clear. Luxury isn't about owning the biggest kitchen or the most expensive bathroom. It's about creating spaces that make everyday life feel extraordinary. With that in mind, let's open the first door. Have you ever walked into a kitchen that made you lower your voice without even realizing it? That's exactly what happens here. Before you notice the living room, before you notice the soaring ceiling, your eyes lock onto a single piece of stone stretching across the center of the home. The island, wrapped in softly veined quartzite with rounded waterfall edges. It doesn't feel like a place to prepare dinner. It feels like a piece of furniture carved for a luxury hotel. Then something strange happens. You start looking for the refrigerator and can't find it. The coffee station, gone. The microwave, invisible. One by one, hidden cabinet doors quietly reveal every appliance before disappearing again, leaving behind nothing but warm fluted oak, soft lighting, and perfectly uninterrupted lines. Only after you've taken all that in do you notice the rest of the home. A cream sectional gathers around a floating fireplace. Curved boucle chairs soften the bold steel architecture overhead. Heavy floor-to-ceiling curtains absorb the daylight, making the room feel peaceful instead of overwhelming. Then the tour quietly ends where most people expect it to begin. The bathroom. A freestanding stone bathtub waits beneath a narrow skylight as sunlight slowly drifts across creamy stone walls. Heated floors warm every step, while a curbless rainfall shower almost disappears into the architecture itself. The technology remembers your perfect water temperature. You'll probably never notice it. And that's exactly what great luxury design is supposed to do. If a forest could design its own bathroom, it might look something like this. This home doesn't impress you with expensive finishes. It slows your heartbeat instead. Micro-cement walls, natural tumbled stone, warm oak cabinetry. A deep oval soaking tub resting beneath a skylight that fills the room with changing daylight from morning until evening. Even after sunset, hidden floor lighting quietly guides you through the room without ever switching on a bright overhead light. It's calming in a way that's difficult to explain until you stand inside it. The rest of the home follows the same philosophy. The living room replaces decoration with texture. A linen sofa, woven leather chairs, a thick wool rug, one sculptural plaster fireplace. Nothing screams for attention. Everything quietly belongs. Then comes the kitchen. An oversized quartzite island anchors the room, while rich oak cabinetry hides almost everything behind perfectly matched panels. Even the refrigerator disappears. The backsplash flows from a single slab of natural stone, eliminating visual clutter completely. Sometimes, the most beautiful kitchen isn't the one with the most features. It's the one that allows you to notice everything else. How empty can a room become before it starts feeling luxurious instead of unfinished? This home answers that question beautifully. Open the oversized pivot door, and silence almost becomes part of the architecture. Pale ash flooring stretches ahead beneath softly detailed timber ceilings. A single stone vase sits quietly against the wall, no decoration competing for attention. No unnecessary furniture, just space. The living room continues that feeling. One low modular sofa, a handcrafted black oak table, one sculptural pendant light floating overhead. Everything has room to breathe. Then your attention shifts toward the kitchen. At first, it almost looks unfinished, until you realize every appliance has disappeared into the cabinetry. The cooktop blends into the countertop. Ventilation hides completely from view. Even the sink transforms into uninterrupted workspace with a single sliding cover. Nothing interrupts the calm. Finally, you step into the bathroom. Warm gray stone, natural oak, a soaking tub positioned beside a narrow vertical window where filtered daylight slips through timber screens. The shower flows seamlessly into the floor with no visible threshold, while a heated towel rail and softly illuminated mirror quietly remind you that luxury isn't about adding more. It's about removing everything that doesn't need to be there. If one room could make every winter morning feel brighter, wouldn't you want to wake up there? That's exactly what this home was designed to do. The first surprise isn't the living room. It isn't even the kitchen. It's the bathroom. Sunlight pours across a pale terrazzo floor before climbing warm honey oak cabinetry and a floating vanity that almost seems to hover against the wall. A freestanding soaking tub waits beside a full-height window, while heated flooring quietly turns cold mornings into something surprisingly comfortable. Even the ventilation works silently in the background, clearing the room before you ever notice the steam. From there, the house opens into a kitchen that's every bit as thoughtful. Soft white oak cabinetry meets matte ivory uppers, creating a space that feels bright without ever becoming cold. The oversized island quietly handles almost everything: food preparation, casual breakfasts, even homework after school. But the clever part stays hidden behind tall cabinet doors. The refrigerator, coffee station, oven, and the freezer completely disappeared. The result isn't just beautiful, it's peaceful. Step into the living room, and you'll immediately understand why Scandinavian homes continue to influence designers around the world. Warm caramel leather, soft knitted throws, blue-gray lounge chairs. A compact wood stove glowing gently beneath glow pendants. Nothing competes for attention. Everything simply makes you want to stay a little longer. We've reached the halfway point, so I have to ask, which room has surprised you the most so far? Was it the hidden kitchens, the spa bathrooms, or the quiet minimalist spaces? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every one of them, and your suggestions often inspire future tours. And if you're enjoying today's episode, now's the perfect time to subscribe, because the next 4 homes raise the bar even higher. Can one curve completely change the feeling of an entire home? This one proves it can. Instead of straight lines, everything gently flows. The first thing your eyes notice is the sculptural stone island. Its softly rounded corners make the kitchen feel less like a workspace and more like a luxury gathering place. Handleless cabinetry stretches quietly across the walls, hiding refrigeration, wine storage, ovens, and even the dishwasher so completely that it's difficult to tell where the appliances begin. Then you notice the lighting. Nothing hangs heavily overhead. Instead, concealed illumination quietly washes across mushroom-toned walls and rich, smoked oak flooring, making every surface feel warmer as the evening approaches. The living room continues the same language. A curved sectional wraps around a sculptural fireplace, while hidden charging drawers keep technology completely out of sight. Then comes the bathroom. Large porcelain slabs reduce visual seams until the entire room feels carved from one continuous surface. A rainfall shower, body sprays, a floating walnut vanity, warm bronze fixtures. Everything feels less like a bathroom and more like checking into a boutique hotel you'll never want to leave. What's the one material that never seems to go out of style? Walk inside this home, and the answer becomes obvious: stone. Massive natural stone wraps around a towering fireplace that immediately becomes the emotional center of the house. Everything else quietly gathers around it. Rich saddle leather, soft linen, warm reclaimed timber, heavy ceiling beams that tell a story long before anyone speaks. Then your attention shifts toward the kitchen. The enormous soapstone island almost feels inherited rather than installed. Overhead, reclaimed beams stretch across the ceiling while handcrafted iron pendants cast pools of warm light on a handmade ceramics displayed along open shelving. But the kitchen still has one hidden surprise. What appears to be another section of rustic cabinetry quietly swings open, revealing a fully equipped walk-in pantry designed for serious cooking without disturbing the beauty of the main space. The bathroom continues the same story. A hammered copper soaking tub reflects warm light beneath reclaimed timber windows. Handmade zellige tile changes character throughout the day. Cedar walls add warmth. Brass fixtures slowly develop a rich natural patina over time. This isn't rustic because it looks old. It's rustic because every material becomes more beautiful with age. Can a home make you feel like you're permanently on vacation without ever leaving the countryside? This one comes remarkably close. The very first thing you notice isn't the furniture. It's the light. Every room seems to borrow it. Floor-to-ceiling glass frames the landscape until the horizon almost becomes another wall inside the home. Then you step in a bathroom, and suddenly everything slows down. A freestanding soaking tub rests beneath a skylight where daylight moves gently across handcrafted sea glass green tile from sunrise until sunset. The rainfall shower flows seamlessly beside a floating bench carved from the same white quartz used throughout the home. It feels effortless. Then comes the kitchen. A long-honed quartz island quietly anchors the room, while soft, dune-colored cabinetry hides nearly every appliance behind beautifully matched panels. Open shelving displays handcrafted stoneware instead of clutter, while a gently curved plaster range hood softens the architecture even further. The living room finishes the experience. Slip-covered linen sofas, natural wrought tan chairs, weathered oak tables, gauzy curtains drifting gently with every passing breeze. You almost expect to hear waves outside, until you remember you're standing inside a Barndominium. If someone told you concrete, steel, and black metal could feel warm enough to call home, would you believe them? Neither would I, until I walked inside this one. The first thing that grabs your attention isn't the furniture, it's the ceiling. Massive exposed steel trusses stretch overhead, reminding you that this really is a Quonset Barndominium. But instead of making the room feel industrial, hidden amber lighting washes across the steel, turning it into part of the decor instead of something to hide. Then your eyes fall on the living room. A worn cognac leather sofa, a vintage rug faded in deep rust tones, a black steel fireplace glowing softly against reclaimed brick. Every hard surface has been paired with something warm, making the room feel inviting instead of intimidating. Then comes the kitchen, and this is where the personality really takes over. The concrete island looks almost carved from a single block, while matte black cabinetry disappears into the background. Open oak shelving breaks up the darker tones, displaying handmade ceramics instead of clutter. But look closely. What appears to be another section of cabinetry quietly swings open, revealing a fully equipped butler's pantry hidden completely out of sight. When guests walk through this kitchen, they never realize half of it is missing. The bathroom continues the same dramatic mood. Charcoal micro-cement wraps the walls. A matte black soaking tub becomes the centerpiece. Warm brass fixtures reflect soft light against blackened oak cabinetry, while a round backlit mirror adds just enough glow to keep the entire room from feeling dark. It feels less like a bathroom and more like a private retreat carved into an old industrial warehouse. What if your favorite room in the house wasn't the kitchen, but the place where you forgot your phone even existed? This home was designed around exactly that idea. Instead of impressing visitors, it slows them down. The entry greets you with soft terrazzo flooring beneath your feet, while a living wall quietly filters the air nearby. Hidden somewhere beyond the greenery, water trickles gently over natural stone. Nothing flashes, nothing competes for attention. The house simply invites you to breathe. Walk into the living room, and you'll notice something unusual. There isn't a massive entertainment wall, no oversized television demanding attention. Instead, one oversized linen sofa faces an uninterrupted view of a private courtyard where nature becomes the artwork. Then you reach the kitchen. Soft sage cabinetry stretches from floor to ceiling without a single visible handle. Everything opens with the lightest touch. The refrigerator disappears. The espresso station hides behind a pocket door. Even the water filtration system vanishes behind beautifully matched panels. Nothing interrupts the calm, but the room everyone remembers is the bathroom. At the center sits a sunken soaking tub surrounded by heated river stone beneath your feet. Beyond it, a rainfall shower glows with gentle chromotherapy lighting. Behind glass waits a private sauna, and just when you think you've seen everything, another door slides open, revealing an outdoor shower hidden inside its own secluded garden courtyard. This isn't simply a bathroom. It's the kind of place that quietly convinces you to stay 10 minutes longer than you planned. At what point does a Barndominium stop feeling like a home and start feeling like a place nobody wants to leave? For me, it happened right here, from the outside. This is actually the most ordinary home on today's list. Dark siding, simple windows, one quiet front door. Nothing hints at what's waiting inside. The foyer welcomes you with warm walnut flooring, brass lighting, and an arched mirror that immediately feels timeless rather than trendy. The living room follows the same philosophy: rich emerald accents, layered lighting, comfortable furniture that invites conversation instead of showing off. Then comes the kitchen. Black and gold marble spills dramatically over a waterfall island, while brass hardware catches the light from handcrafted pendants overhead. Every appliance disappears behind custom cabinetry until the room feels more like fine furniture than a working kitchen. At this point, most people think they've already seen the best part. They haven't. One pantry door quietly opens, except it isn't a pantry. Behind it sits a hidden speakeasy. Deep emerald tile wraps the walls. A curved walnut bar stretches beneath warm brass sconces. A climate-controlled wine display quietly glows behind smoke glass. An ice maker, hidden refrigeration, custom shelving. Even soundproof walls, unless someone tells you exists. You'll probably walk straight past it. And somehow, the bathroom refuses to be outdone. A brass-foot soaking tub, hand-painted artisan tile, a rainfall shower wrapped in rich emerald stone. Soft lighting reflecting across every surface until the room feels more like an exclusive boutique hotel than a country home. This wasn't just the most beautiful interior on today's list. It was the one that completely erased every stereotype people still have about Barndominiums. It's funny. When most people hear the word Barndominium, they picture exposed steel, concrete floors, and oversized workshops. But after walking through these 10 homes, it's hard to believe they all started with the same idea. Some hide spa bathrooms that rival luxury resorts. Others concealed entire second kitchens. Private wellness retreats, wine lounges, and even secret rooms hidden behind ordinary walls. Which one completely surprised you? Was it the hidden speakeasy, the outdoor spa, or the industrial home that somehow felt warmer than a traditional house? Tell me in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if today's tour changed the way you think about Barndominiums, subscribe to Barndo Dreams and turn on notifications. Because next time, we're opening the doors to 10 Barndominium bathrooms that feel like 5-star spas. And trust me, there's one hidden feature in that countdown that might be the most unforgettable room we've ever shown.